No, for real. All right. That's to get the spike. No, Lyndsay, you don't do it. You don't do the clapping, Lyndsay. Okay. I do the clapping.
I'm sorry.
Father Justin.
Okay. Now we can start. All right. No, for real, we're started. So, anyways, so this convention, tell us more about it, Alexis. I feel like you have more information about it than we do.
I mean, I don't really have a lot of information about it. It's just I had 2 individuals come in and they were just telling us about it, like telling me about it because I was. I was. So
I thought you'd like been talking about it with the people that do it.
No, they came in and I was the only one there, so they handed me some papers and stuff, and were just kind of telling me that like it took them like 4 to 4.5 years to finally get something started in Texarkana because of the laws and like regulations, and then also like it's Texas and Arkansas depending on where you are. Yeah. And in Texas you just have to have like a licensed facility, but in Arkansas you actually have to be licensed as an individual. Yeah,
Arkansas is really strict. I guess we didn't even introduce you on the last one, but so this is Alexis Holder from Black Pines Gallery,
aka Lexi Wexy.
Yeah. And Lyndsay, what was your last name? I'm just kidding. Ellsworth. Mrs. Ellsworth. You do. Damn, I've never noticed that is like a very English last name.
Mrs. Ellsworth.
Yeah, 100%.
From Black Pines as well. And I'm the host with the most.
From Black Pines as well.
With the most.
Extra AF.
Sweat because it's hot in here. But so yeah, I've noticed that the last 2 podcasts I didn't introduce. I got like 20 minutes in and on Connor's and was like, maybe we should introduce you.
Like, what's your name?
And we still didn't seriously do it. What, my name?
No, I was making a joke.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Who are you again? And what are we doing here?
No, you didn't say your name. You said the host with the most.
Yeah, but I feel like everyone probably knows if it's my podcast. But do you ever feel weird saying your full name?
Yeah, because it's just like...
I do, because I don't ever say it. So I'm like, Justin Birtcher.
I was like, not my government name.
That's the host with the most.
Yeah. I always feel weird saying my full name when people are like, what's your name? And I'm like, because I guess because it's very few times in life do you use your last name yourself. You hear other people say it, but not you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I think it's really cool that a convention's going to be in Texarkana. Me and Lyndsay, before they even announced this one, were like, bro, how cool would it be to put one on? I would like to put one on someday.
Yeah, it would be really cool. But, like, the thing about this one is, like, I mean, I asked all these questions. I was like, who is this that's putting it on?
Who were you talking to?
I was talking to Quinn. I was just asking,
right.
I was just asking him about it because, like, when he moves, I move.
Yeah. Yeah.
We move together.
When I move, you move. Just like that.
So, like, he's doing everything right. So I'm just like, whatever you're doing, I'm going to do too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyways, I was asking all these questions about it. And he's like, I literally know nothing about it. So we went on the website. And it just says that you can purchase tickets to go. It says it's accepting 20 artists. And I've never been to the place that it's being held at, but I heard that...
Wait, I'm not trying to interrupt
you. Not very big.
20 artists?
20 artists.
That's what it says on their
20.
flyer.
Yeah,
so
it says...
They're like trying to... But they said that...
It says 20 pro artists.
Yeah, they said that they're having people come in from like Hot Springs, Little Rock, like stuff like that. Like it's going to be bigger shops, but... There's just not, it doesn't seem like there's going to be a lot of room like you guys.
But then why would you even put
20 is very few.
Why would you put on a convention if there's no competition?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like a judge, like
judging. Yeah. And if there are judging, who are the judges? Like who?
Well, and to be honest, these are the kind of things that like I'm concerned about as far as it being like put on by someone who's never put one on.
Right.
And not only not put one on because like, okay, it could be your first annual, like whatever, you've never put one on before, but I at least want to know that like you are involved in the industry in some way so that you know what I mean? There's certain things that people that come from the outside, they don't know, like, you know, unless they just went to a million conventions and really paid attention to the details. Like there's a lot of things that can go wrong.
I feel like they know how to put an event together.
Well, the two people that came in, so it was Darby. Darby is like the one that I was telling you guys about because I'm going to be doing that event in Omaha. Darby is actually working with Jason to like put that event on. And then
Jason who?
Jason Butler. He's the one. He's from Recovery Road Productions for that whole event thing.
Yeah,
and then
the guy
Darby,
you're saying you're going to tattoo while he's drumming.
No, it's not Jason. It's going to be a drummer of a band that's going to be performing.
Oh, an actual drummer.
Already confused.
But so the other person who came in with Darby, they actually worked at like Modern Primitives and stuff, and they are a piercer. Like they were a piercer and everything. And then also, I can't remember exactly what they said, but they own like part of one of the tattoo shops in Hot Springs, I think. I don't know.
One of the people helping put it on.
Yeah. So they do have knowledge of how it goes, like how it works.
Okay.
So I will say, Jody told me that, what's her name? I don't know her well, but she used to be a piercer at Modern Primitives, and I think Texarkana Inc. too. But he told me that she was one of the people that had like reached out to him about it. So I just didn't know what her involvement was, or.
Well, the person, I believe their name is Carolyn, if I'm not mistaken. It's something like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to mispronounce it, but
yeah, it's
not like they go by like they, them. Just, I'm not trying to like be rude or anything, but I asked them specifically because I sometimes will just assume, and I'm just like, oh, she or he, and then they were just like, oh, it's they, them, and I was just like, okay, respect. I will make sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. 20 artists is very few artists.
I just still have so many questions.
Yeah, because like all the conventions we've been to, it's been like at least, I don't know, like 100 artists. Like there's a lot of artists.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Well, and there's a lot that goes into it. It's not just like, hey, there's people tattooing in this room, you know?
There's got to be a capacity for like a maximum capacity for that place.
Yeah.
And as much as I'm excited about it, Texarkana is kind of becoming like low-key kind of scary.
Well,
scary?
No, you go to Dallas.
What's scary? Like violently scary?
Yeah, like with everything that goes on with like the fairs and stuff.
Oh, yeah, but
it's like every time there's like a big event, it seems like there's something bad going on. Like back when New Year's was and stuff, there was like that convention place that they had like a big old party, and then like there was a shooting or people fighting.
Well, it doesn't seem like there's going to be a lot of space for something like that to unfold, you know? Like it's not like a big hangout. But I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Somebody wakes up and they're just like, "Hey, there's like this small event with these people."
Oh God.
I don't know. Did anybody see the pricing on the booths? Because
it's insane.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I hearsay, wasn't it like? Is it 15?
It's $850. Well, so it's like $850 for a booth, and then if you want two booths, they give you a break, and it's like.
1,500. I heard it was like 1,500.
Something like that.
There
was
was some paperwork that they brought in, and that is how much it will be. I'm pretty sure on the paperwork though, it wasn't that much. So that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know, because like when I looked at it, I felt like the prices looked kind of decent.
That's crazy though, because the one in
so
Golden State is
1,000.
Is 1,000 per booth.
Yeah,
and that's the Golden State Convention.
That's the one in California.
Yeah, that's
one
like
of the biggest ones in the world.
one of the biggest ones in the world.
But yeah, so on the paperwork it said $850, but I looked up the website one day because I was just trying to look into it, and maybe it was their Facebook. Something had some prices and they were lower, and I was like, "Huh, it's weird. Well, which one is it?" But you know,
yeah, so many questions. Yeah, so I had like
we need to get them on the podcast.
Yeah, no, I had so many people message me last night. It was like, "Oh, is it true? Is there going to be a convention in Texarkana? Oh, I want to go. Are you going to be there?" And I'm like, I don't know any of these things yet.
Yeah, I've had also some people that are like, "Oh, in Texarkana, there's going to be a convention. Like, I'm so excited. I want to be tattooed."
I would love to go, but like,
well, I would love to enter some of my pieces in a contest because all my clients are here, or the majority of them.
But then they don't have to travel, so it's so convenient.
But I want an artist like actually judging.
Yeah, that's true too.
And it's also going to be hard finding artists that aren't going to be like biased and yeah, because
that's at any convention.
I know.
Yeah, but yeah, for sure, it's definitely a question.
Question mark.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it could be good for Texarkana to have one.
And maybe they just need to have like a couple.
Yeah, maybe they do.
And then we enter in after that. Like once they kind of get like everything down.
Yeah.
Just figuring out like how many people are going to show up and stuff, because Texarkana, like even though it seems kind of small, I feel like we do have quite a few people here.
No, it seems like from what I've saw on Facebook, it's getting like a lot of traction.
Yeah.
Like I saw people reposting it like crazy. Like, no, there's Texarkana is not huge, but it has a very big tattoo community. Like a lot of people. I mean, I think that's the world in general now. But
tattoo shop.
Yeah.
It's like,
but
right
I just mean
next to each
people
other.
getting tattooed. Like, I don't know anyone that doesn't get tattooed.
Yeah.
Like, it's very few people. I feel like they're almost the majority now.
Yeah,
it's so
even older people. Like you're seeing a lot of like people who are in there. Like I think there was a man that I tattooed that was like almost 80 years old, and he was like basically deaf.
He was so old.
And I did like a little rubber ducky, and like he had lost like all of his kids, and he wanted like a memorial tattoo. I know that got really dark. Sorry.
Oh my god.
But he like came in, and I was just like, "Is this okay?" And he's like, "What? What did you say?" And I was just like.
You were like
Is this
screaming at
okay?
him the entire time.
Yeah, I literally was having to scream at him, and his wife was with him. It was great.
How are you doing? Does this hurt?
Like, can you hear me?
Sorry, I left my hearing aid.
Oh no, he had it. He had it in for sure.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess I don't know. I don't know if I want to do it or not.
I mean, it's exciting. It's really
in November.
exciting.
We have all the time in the.
Yeah.
I'm definitely.
Maybe there's some things that they just haven't like. They're just pushing it out there to
see
how much.
Yeah,
and then maybe after they see all the traction that they get, they'll
bites.
get maybe a bigger place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They probably put I think things like that you have to like put a down payment for, so they probably won't be moving it. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
The person that I had messaged, Carolyn, I believe they said that, any questions or concerns that anybody has about it, they have an email address where you can like email them, and they'll give you like all the information that you are like asking for.
Yeah, I saw that when we were looking at it today.
Let's just bring them on the podcast and just scold them.
Not like,
Who are you? Where are you from? And what are you doing in the tattoo industry?
They're trying to.
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad
Get out
thing
there.
to actually get somebody on here
Yeah.
for an expo.
Yeah, but I mean, then you'd be promoting it, so I'd want to make sure it's something I want to promote. But
True.
yeah,
Very true.
well,
Next.
I feel like there was something else we were saying we wanted to talk about. But
Yeah, I got a list. What you mean?
oh shit, she came in with a list. Hold on, and you
got a
unroll this
list.
like wrinkly
Bro,
piece
I
of
thought she was
paper
gonna like grab her water bottle and be like, "I got a list."
on the bottom of her
Got a
water
whole
bottle.
list.
She unravels her wrapper, and it's just a list of topics.
It's like, oh, that would be the dopest magic trick I've ever seen in my whole life.
Oh yeah, let's rewind, because like we did a podcast and you were like asking people if the name
Oh, we're
was
gonna
even
go
good.
here.
Yeah, we're gonna go here. Controversy, right? Content. So I had so many people like reach out to me and they were like, "Oh, this is what you should name it," and da da da. And I'm like, "Oh, I'll tell Justin," and he's like, "Nah, no, we ain't doing nothing to change it." So
Well, I was considering changing it, but I asked a few peers, and I didn't get anyone like, bro, that name fucking sucks. So I was like,
I mean, realistically, after talking to him and Connor, I mean, it kind of like it's different. And honestly, like tap out sessions, you would automatically think like tattoo wise that it's like tap out, or like you're going to be talking about like actual tap out sessions. But in reality, it's just like,
my son
It's
doesn't get
tongue-in-cheek.
tattooed at all, and he like called me and he's like, "What does tap out even mean?" He doesn't have not one tattoo.
yeah.
And so he was like, that's like wrestling, right?" And
yeah, tap out.
I mean, like, wrestling.
Yeah, but when are they going to see the name of the podcast and not like the logo that's pretty obvious? It's like
That's true.
tattooing, you know? Like,
That's true.
Which
But
I
I
mean,
mean-
like you can always rebrand later on if you wanted to. But
that's
like,
where my mind is. Like, it'd be one thing if I heard something and I was like, that's fucking it. I would totally change it. I'm not
unlike a tattoo,
married to
the
it,
name of it isn't permanent.
but I've yet to hear one that like gets the idea that I'm trying to get across, which is tongue in cheek. I'm not, y'all know me. I'm goofy as fuck. I'm not taking myself super serious. I'm not like on here trying to be like, yeah, so for me as a tattoo artist who takes their work very seriously. Not that I don't take my work seriously, but I just mean I don't like have this arrogance about me that it needs to be very formal.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, because if we're talking about like scratchers a lot, So and like,
Yeah, I want
and
to shit
we're
on
just so-
I shit on
we're
scratchers
very
in my
new.
everyday.
We're very new at tattooing.
Oh,
so
yeah,
like,
someone
what,
could shit
what
on
are
me.
yeah, exactly. Like we learn something every day.
Well, that's another reason I didn't want to call it like tattoo shop talk because I don't want to be married to one like genre, like one topic. You
Okay,
know what I
good.
mean?
That's what I was wondering.
Like I didn't
what
want
is-
anything too direct to where it's like, so you just talk about tattoos and it's like, I mean, a lot of times, but like, you know, I want
You
to.
could name it something that has to do with like
It's-
a gun because everyone calls it a tattoo gun.
No, I hate that.
Oh yeah, this
hate
tattoo
that.
gun podcast.
Yeah.
We were tattooing the other day, and
I know. I always want to
Alexis was
correct
like,
people.
Tattoo Chronicles.
Well, because like
I
that's
thought
just- it does
Cynthia said
sound-
that.
It sounds
I
formal.
Said, no, Cynthia said drawing the line, and then I was like,
I was considering calling it bold lines, but
Ooh.
Look, that's why I was like
Yeah.
automatically my brain went to like drugs and weapons, and I was like lines and guns,
Oh my god.
oh my god,
because like you
Wow.
do tattoo lines, and people instead of calling it a tattoo machine, they're
Alexis,
like
that's
tattoo
provocative.
gun.
Wow.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's here to stay for now, but if I feel strongly that I should change it, I will.
I just thought I'd bring that up.
I know you like to bring that up.
what's
I like
your
to bring shit up?
what's your next thing
Oh,
on
my
your
next?
list?
What's my next? I got all the lists. Okay. I have to write everything down because like I'll forget.
Yeah, I
it.
do it too.
Alexis makes fun of me because I'll be like,
That's because you forget my name
I
sometimes.
I forget everybody's.
You look at me and you're like,
I'm like,
Alex.
what's
No,
the-
bitch,
what-
that's
I
'cause
burnt up.
you
I
don't
was
even
like-
know my name.
I'm like, oh, it must be nice to have just a clear mind.
Being on SNRIs is not clear minded.
What?
It literally, you remember when I was going through the withdrawals and
Oh
everything?
yes.
I was like, I was coming off of a
That
hardcore
was so
drug.
bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hated
that
it.
was bad.
I know, I felt bad for you.
So next on the list, so I also had my brother and his girlfriend.
It's okay.
So he called me and was like, I know that you're talking about like scratchers, and they were like asking me what that is, and then they were like, well, what about because they do tattoos on one another, and
So they are scratchers.
yeah, I mean, technically,
Yeah.
yes, but
Yeah.
they want to improve, and they're
Yeah.
trying to improve.
Yeah.
And so they asked what needles and if we could talk about them. And I was like, oh, that's actually, I know that, we can't, there's not a whole lot we can say. We can just say, okay, these are what I like to use, and do like a shout out.
Shout out.
Shout
Who are
out
these
to
people again?
Da Vinci.
Oh yeah. Shout out Bishop. Your boy would
Yeah,
like a
Bishop.
sponsorship.
So yeah, so my brother wanted to know what needles we like to use. What are our favorite needles to use?
So your brother and his girlfriend just be tattooing the shit out of each other.
His girlfriend, she's actually done quite a few tattoos on my brother. And
Well, what
do
is
they
their?
they're actually not too bad. I mean, I've seen.
No, you're good. I was checking. I was checking the camera.
Anyway, so yeah, I like to use Bishop Da Vinci's 3, and I use a bug pin 6. Was it 0? All I know is by number 0603.
6 gauge 3. Yeah.
Yeah, 6 gauge 3.
Tiny
so
little
it's like
3.
a baby.
It's a fucking
like a
1
baby
basically.
needle. It's
Yeah.
my favorite.
Yeah, I
It was
use them
very
sometimes.
hard, and I don't recommend that anybody just like
Start
start
out.
using
Hell
it on somebody because like I remember.
But do you use it for lining or do you use it for like actual shading?
Most of the time, both. Like I will use a 5. So these are my go-tos. So 5 type 5, and then a bug pin 3, and those are my go-tos. And I also like the 8 too, but it's still a bug pin.
Yeah. You mean the 8 gauge 3?
The 0803.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, here lately, I was using the 6 gauge 3 for lining stuff, and I saw some stuff come back and wasn't happy with it, like because it healed so light. So I've started, but I still use them for certain stuff. I like to vary my line weight, so I'll like do a 12 gauge 3, like a regular standard
yeah.
3, and I'll line like the main subject with that. But then if there's like, let's say it's like a petal of a flower, I'll outline that with a standard 3, but the little lines on the inside of the petal, I'll use like that smallest one. So it's just, and maybe even like a medium gray, so that it's like this faint line. But Yeah, I like them. I shade with them sometimes too. The
I love
6
shading
gauge
with
3.
them. I love
Yeah,
it.
it's very like it's a little smoother looking.
I honestly just like recently, I don't even know when it was. I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing so good with mags. I was just
Yeah,
like, when did I learn how to use a mag? Like seriously, like you don't just like know how to fucking use it. Like it took,
It's much different.
I'm going on 3 years in October. And it took me up to like just a couple months ago where I was comfortable with a curved mag, even a regular mag, like a flat mag.
Yeah.
Because it's scary. You can slice people open with a mag.
Yeah.
Depending on how you use it. So
yeah. I'm to the point where I'm like getting very experimental because I'm more comfortable with all these tools now, and I'm like, oh, what if I use this? But like
I think that another thing that kind of like makes people nervous about like experimenting with needles and stuff. That sounds horrible. Sorry. Is that like,
is this an intervention?
No. So like whenever you get, let's say, Bishop liners, they seem higher priced, but that's because of the fact that they are like really good quality. But if you're like first starting off, like if you get, I don't know, like I use Mass Pro. I've always used Mass Pro cartridges. There's the ones that are like the purple ones, and I get the 12 gauge 3, 5, 7s, 9s because they are like really well spread apart.
They're like loose.
No, not necessarily loose, but like it's just enough to where you don't see like the individual lines with them. And because I do a lot of fine line stuff with like floral and stuff, like not like yours, but like the smaller, daintier pieces, I use like Mass Pro, and they're like $15.99 a box instead of like $30 a box, and you get 20 of them.
Yeah.
And it works really well. And then because of the price and everything, it's easier for me to get more. So if I do want to experiment, like I did a wisteria on Nicole's shoulder, and it was like a really thick line, but then I used a thin liner, and I wasn't afraid to use like more than one needle because it wasn't like super like expensive, I guess,
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is like if you're on a budget and you're just starting off, like how you said that your brother and his girlfriend are like tattooing each other, like I don't know.
Well, this brings up an interesting topic. Let's what do y'all think? I mean, your brother's doing it, so you'll probably have like a biased opinion, but what is your opinion on, and I've done it. I'm not saying that I've never tattooed somebody at home, because I mean, I for a period of time, like that was the only way I could tattoo somebody. I was doing an apprenticeship, and I'd be like, 6 months to a year in, and they're like, no, you got to do this like thumb size tattoo. You can't do that palm size tattoo yet. And looking back, like, I think what I got out of my apprenticeship, like I see what they were trying to do, and they were good about hammering in the fundamentals. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's very frustrating for an apprentice when they're starting out, because you just see all these amazing tattoos. You're like, I want to do something like that. And it's like, well, you got to crawl before you can walk. But there becomes a certain point where like you have to branch out and start trying bigger things, or, you're just stuck in the mud, But so in order to do those bigger pieces that I wanted to do, I would have to go home. I'd fucking borrow Lindsay's fucking table, and I would tattoo my cousin all day Saturday or all day Sunday. I would have to like make up a lie to why I couldn't go to the shop, and I would just tattoo all day in my attic. Not my attic. It was a room upstairs, but we call it the attic. But so I can relate to like, I think that's a big debate in the tattoo industry now, because it's so easy to get information to learn how to tattoo. People are doing it more at home, and because it is so gatekeepy, as people would say, because like you have to get accepted into an apprenticeship in order to learn to tattoo. And that's what people complain about, is like, wait a minute, I can't even get into it unless somebody allows me to get into it. And it's like, I mean
it's
yeah,
kind of based on like your connections.
Yeah. But in my opinion, if you want it fucking bad enough, somebody out there will take you in.
You're going to bug people until you get what you want.
Yes.
Well, actually, I was just listening to the podcast that Jessica was on, and she was talking about like how she was literally in college and like worked full time at Ross, and because she was offered like an opportunity, she quit everything. And like she said that she went into debt just so she could become a tattoo artist, which is something that she always wanted to do.
Yeah. And you need that to be a great artist. Like, you're not going to willy-nilly, like, you know, like I'd like to try out tattooing. Like, you ain't going to make it. You're going to be in one of these fucking scratcher shops. So it's like, to me, a scratcher doesn't necessarily only mean that you tattoo at home. It also means like you never properly learned to tattoo.
Yeah,
you know, you're around
cleanliness.
shitty tattooers. Yes, bad hygiene.
Where it needs to begin, and that's where we began.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Alexis, she's got kind of like on both ends because she taught herself. She was self-taught. But I feel like you were like motivated. Like some people aren't. Like I'm not sure about my brother and his girlfriend and how they're motivated, but I don't necessarily think it's like they're passionate. I mean, I don't know, but I feel like a lot of it has to do with how passionate you are about something and how you're going to respect that you need to learn the cleanliness of things so people don't lose an arm or leg.
Yeah.
Because that's where it starts. Like I hated that we had to fight to break down and set up for the person that was mentoring us at the first shop that we started at, because we all three started at the same shop.
Right. Yeah. We were about, everyone was a little bit neglected.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
I had to threaten Alexis.
I walk in the door. She's like, don't think you're taking my mentor from me.
First off, know your place, bitch. I was here before
I hadn't even been tattooing for like, I don't know, like maybe 4 or 5 months at that point. But that's because I literally, like she said, I was self-taught. So like I didn't have like any art classes or anything under my belt. I just like grew up wanting to do it. And then I like pushed myself to do it. Like I watched videos, I did everything. But like when I came to that shop, I was brand new, but I did a tattoo on somebody and they watched me do it. Like Thomas watched me do it. And he was just like, all right, you know, you can work here. You can tattoo. You don't have to have an apprenticeship, but we are going to refer to you as an apprentice. But you're going to take on like a lot of walk-ins.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I forgot you were like in that limbo phase.
Yeah, but there goes
there.
where they can go ahead and draw her money.
Well,
yeah, because it was like 50-50.
Yeah, 50-50.
Everything.
Yeah. It's crazy. And I thought the tattoo that you had done for them, that little tryout, was really good.
Yeah, I mean, like it kind of reminds me of like Jessica's podcast. Like I said, she was talking about like how she did one on her brother. Well, I did one on someone that like he was kind of like a brother to me for a long time. And I did it on him and I was really nervous, but I did it. And, you know, after that started tattooing, but it was also like one of those situations where even though I'm like first starting off, like I didn't get a say in what I got to do at all. Like they would be like, all right, the next one's here. And it honestly felt like an event every single day. Like it felt like a Halloween event or like a Friday the 13th event, because they would just be like, all right, your next client's in there. And I'm just like, oh man. And then like after every tattoo that I did, it was like, that's not good enough. Your line work isn't good enough.
Yeah.
And it was so,
Not only that, it was like a competition to who could get the next one. Like, oh no, you had one already. Right. Like it's my turn. Like we had to actually
street shop, baby.
It's crazy. It was literally crazy.
A lot of the stuff, it's especially you're a new tattoo artist and you get thrown to the wolves as far as like, okay, somebody just walked in and they want this, go. And you're like, ugh.
I don't even
but
know
I learned
You're like,
so
I don't even
much.
know how to do that.
I mean, I struggled obviously at first, but I feel like it prepared me so much for like, so now when I have like client tells me 2 weeks ahead, I want this, I'm like, you know, like I got all the time in the world to plan this out and do a good job on it. It's just totally different world compared to like, they're here now, they want this. We got another one behind them. Get it in, get it out.
Yeah, get it in, get it out.
Well, I mean, that's also like at every shop, though, I think. Because, like,
yeah, it is.
Literally, even like working
as apprentice,
even working at like Black Pines, it's not like it's not as cutthroat, but it is like, hey, we have like these people that want to get in. You know, you have a little bit of free time. Can you get them in? But it's also like my fault because I am very much like a people pleaser. So like if someone asks me, hey, can you get this in? And I'm like really tired. I've been tattooing all day. I'm just like, yeah.
But I don't think that's people pleasing. I think you're like a go getter and you're willing to do it because you have the ability to go, nah, I just want to sit here, you know, like.
I mean, I could, but then like, I don't know. It makes me feel really awkward and uncomfortable because it's just like, you know, I do have this free time. And even though I did want to eat, you know, maybe
Hey, that's a tattooer's
Suck it up,
life
Buttercup.
right there.
Maybe I should just
That's
squeeze
tattooer's
this
life.
person
I
in.
saw a meme about that. That was like, your tattoo artist, when they, after they put the stencil on there, they're like, we need about 15 minutes to let it sit. And he's in the back just fucking shoveling
the
food in.
Yeah. That's literally how it is, because there's so many times, because like I live like 40 minutes away from the shop. So sometimes like if I'm having like a rough morning or something, or like I'm getting a late start, then I have to rush around, get ready and stuff. And usually I'll like, my fiance will make me like my lunch or something, or like I'll make it. And then sometimes I have to stop and get food, and literally like I'll wait until it's like I put the stencil on and I'm like, okay, we need this to dry. I'm going to go eat really quick. And they're like, oh no, take all your time.
Friday the 13th, they are, they're fun and they're terrible all at the same time. But like that rush of like, you've got 100 people in line, and it's like, I mean, just like we were talking about with regular walk-ins, like get them in, get them the fuck out. Like there's 30 people behind them who are ready for their spider with a 13 on it, you know. But
I like those though, because
I do too.
You get new clientele, you get to meet people, you get to interact.
No,
and I feel like we have like this bonding that we do at Black Pines. Like we have a whole deal where we like dress up and shit. Who like like we have a blast, and I know that like when I'll be out and about and people will be like, oh, I got this on Friday the 13th.
Yeah, me too. That is fun.
Nun, and you had that cross on your forehead.
Yeah, and sometimes I remember them, sometimes I don't, because they're in the blur of like
all the people,
30 people you tattooed that day. So it's like, but yeah, no, they're good. They're especially good for like up and coming artists who aren't like, you know, that don't have an established clientele yet, because that's what it's all about. That's why I came to Black Pines from where I was, because, you know, I was at a private studio and they were very giving with information. They didn't hold anything back. They respected me. Like it was a good apprenticeship, I guess you would say. It's kind of a weird thing, because I left having an apprenticeship to like, it wasn't ever said like, I mean, it kind of was, you're the apprentice, but it was different. He even told me, he was like, look, you're an apprentice, but we're not really going to tell people you are, because you can do a lot of stuff just as well as I can, as far as like little simple shit.
That's exactly how it was for me.
You know, but you are still learning. You are not, you know, ready to go on your own artist. But I was struggling clientele wise, because they did not do walk-ins. So thank God there was Instagram and Facebook, and that's how I got all my clientele. If I didn't already get them from walk-ins at Texarkana, they were, you know, Instagram and Facebook. But like, it's hard for like a new artist to fucking survive and to build that clientele if they don't have a walk-in shop to rely on. Like that shit is very important.
Yeah, I was scared about that with Black Pines though too, because like nobody knew we were open, nobody knew we were there, so I was like super scared.
Yeah.
That.
Well, and people were talking shit too, that I heard, that, you know, like when you went over there, you know, that like, well, Joaquin, he doesn't do walk-ins. Like he's, you know, like
I remember
he's an established artist.
There was a certain person that told me that you will not make money over there.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they told me.
Well, somebody told me, which, you know, spoiler for maybe another episode, somebody told me that Joaquin was just hiring a whole bunch of women to work for him, and they didn't know what the ulterior, like the motive was. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, dude, the tattoo industry in this town, we can talk about that, because it is such a like toxic crowd, you know, for the most part.
Because like when we go to expos and things, like everybody's so like.
But from Texarkana?
Oh no,
because we don't really see anybody at the convention. Nobody really does them.
No, we get a lot of.
No, the people in the industry are supportive. I mean, local.
Shade? They be shading us.
They throw
the
cash shade. Yeah.
Throw shade.
They throw the shade.
But okay, for a second, I would like to just talk about Joaquin and like how great he is, because like
we already did a shout out. Every
I know,
time.
but like it's
let's hype up Joaquin.
Yeah, because like literally he takes us to conventions and like pays for it.
Oh, I know.
And literally makes like he will come in on a day off for himself after tattooing for like a whole entire day or like days straight, and he will come in on a day off if we have a question or we are like worried about something.
Oh, bro.
He will go
Even
out of
if he
his
ain't
way.
there, I blow him up.
I know. And he's just...
And he still answers. He has time to like take my phone call, help me redraw some shit. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Like,
and he literally, he cares so
crazy.
much, and he's just so humble. Like he's
dude, are you
a
on Adderall? No.
He's such a good guy. Like it's just, it's crazy because literally, like I said, there was someone who completely like shit on him and his name and everything. And like, I didn't even know who he was, but I was so...
We had this mindset.
Wait, what?
We
Hold
had this
on.
mindset of who he was because of people saying,
Oh, for sure.
like talking
Yeah.
shit.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Luckily, you know, in a lot of ways, I wish I would started tattooing earlier in life. But what I'm very thankful for is that from the jump, I was a little more wise and I knew to ignore the bullshit. Like when there were people around me during my first apprenticeship that I knew were they didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. I'm just so glad that I had the wisdom to go like, okay, just let that go in one ear and out the other,
yeah.
because that guy is like, he's going to fuck up your career if you listen to him. But yes, luckily I knew who Joaquin was, and I just like, you can always tell when it's hate and jealousy or if there's something real. And the way you can tell is if somebody's like talking shit about another artist and they give you good examples as to why they're a piece of shit, then like, okay, maybe I still reserve the right to make my own decision.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people just make shit up. But if they're just like, yeah, he sucks, he takes real long to do his tattoos, it's like, okay.
And like we've actually watched him tattoo, and he does not take long at all.
Well, I mean, but it's like subjective, right? Because okay, he takes
as long
longer
as you
than a
want, if it looks
traditional
the way it
artist. Well, it doesn't take a traditional artist as long to complete a piece. It's a different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not all tattoos are created equal.
And that's another thing about like working.
That should go on a shirt.
That I love that. Oh my god. But that was another thing to think about working at like Texarkana Inc. was the whole you know, you have to do them really fast. So
Yeah.
you didn't actually get time to prepare like you needed to. You didn't have a
Yeah.
lot of time to make sure that everything was good and consistent. You had to like just rush it through. And that was so stressful because it didn't matter. Like I wasn't able to say that I don't want to tattoo a face. I don't want to tattoo a neck. Like I don't want to tattoo all this stuff because I'm still brand new at tattooing.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I first got started, I literally tattooed a banana. The man was just like, I
never did that.
Go to the superstore or like a supermarket or something. I need you to get a banana, and I'm going to give you 2 stencils. He gave me 2 stencils. And he made me tattoo the inner curve of the banana and the outer curve of the banana. And after I did, my lines were straight. When he opened it up, I didn't bleed through the actual banana peel or anything. So he was like, all right, you're hired. And that's literally how I got started tattooing.
You have never tattooed any fruit or vegetables.
It was,
have you, Lyndsay?
It was weird.
Yeah, orange.
I think I remember that actually.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I think I tattooed an orange as well.
Yeah.
But I had been tattooing people like at home just because people were just like, you should do this. But my family was just like, you'll never make it as a tattoo artist, blah, blah, blah. And
that's
now
what everybody says.
I know.
Like my
Yeah.
neighbors actually, like at the new house, this guy came over and he introduced himself or whatever. And then somehow we got to talking about what he does and what I do. And he's like, he kind of was like, made it out to be like, oh, my daughter wants to be a tattoo artist, but like they don't make anything. And it's like, that's absolutely not.
Well,
not
when those
true.
people, I'm like, yeah, right.
I tell my man, I was like,
I don't want to tell anyone.
I tell Brian, I'm the daddy in the house. These are the daddy hands.
Yeah, when I first decided I was going to do an apprenticeship, bro, like people in my immediate family were just like,
You're going to be broke.
shitting on you.
well, like they weren't, I will say nobody ever went like, you're a fucking idiot. Like you can't make a living that way. But you could tell they had this like
Yeah.
smirk about like, oh yeah, you're going to be a tattoo artist,
Right,
huh?
yeah.
And it's like, to be fair though, the odds are kind of stacked against
They
you.
really are.
How many great tattoo artists are there? Not. It's a very small, like in the population of the world is very, very small.
But I feel like it's growing. Like,
Oh yeah.
like, it's really growing.
Yeah.
So,
But I always say this to my clients. I'm just like, there's way more bad tattoos than there are good ones.
oh yeah.
Like way more.
Oh yeah, literally you go
Way
on
more.
Pinterest and people are like, oh, I want this tattoo, and then
I'm
you
like,
look
no,
at it,
you
it's
They're
like
like,
blown
why?
out,
No,
it's not
you don't.
straight.
Why? Oh man, I had a client ask for something the other day, and they sent it to Alex, and I was like, they want this, and it was
horrible.
bro. I was just like, why do they want that? And
they're
but
like, oh, no artistic freedom. I want it exactly like this, and I want it in a very difficult place.
Well, this was a good example of why, and you learn that early on, but like people get real caught up on like, oh, that's what they asked for. Like, I don't even do that. I don't even, but like to the uneducated eye. So when I sat down and talked to the guy and I was like, look, man, like it was like hands holding baby's feet. And it compositionally, it didn't make sense, right? It looked a mess. And I was like, man, well, how about we just do like, you know, your baby's footprint or something and keep it simple and not like this complex thing. And he was like, oh yeah, I mean, we don't even have to do the baby's foot. I would just like the clock and I was like, fair enough. Like somebody might have turned that down because like, I'm not doing that shit. And it's like, no, he didn't know how to ask for what he wanted.
Right.
And he was even like, oh yeah, that's shit. Like, I know I don't want it to look anything like that. I just like the clock and the thing over the thing. And I was like, okay, fair enough. So like,
that's why I think communication is really important.
People
in
don't
tattoo.
have
very
a lot of
important.
tattoo education. Like they don't know. They just don't know.
Yeah. Well, and that goes back to like why it's not acceptable to be a scratcher is because like you need real training and you need real skills to like not fuck people up and not leave them with shit they're gonna regret their whole life. You know, like it's a serious thing.
I do a lot of cover-ups because of people that got a machine off of Amazon and just started tattooing everybody, and it's not good. It's not good, and I mean, you don't.
It's not safe either.
It's
like,
not. That's what I was just fixing to say. It's not safe. You can get infections. You can even get hepatitis from reusing needles or just whatever. So yeah, I think the proper apprenticeship is the way to go.
And you can really tell with people because like you'll see, like they're like, oh yeah, I watched a few videos or did this and that.
Well, you can
but
tell.
Like literally, if you're gonna tattoo someone, tattoo yourself. There's so many people that I know that got started on like different people, but you will not know the depth that you are going.
Right.
If you don't tattoo yourself, you will not know how it feels. Like if you are tattooing people and they are in agony, maybe tattoo yourself and figure out like
what you're doing.
I'm going really deep.
Yeah.
They probably think I'm trying to tattoo their bones right now.
Yeah.
So
this might piss some people off, but I just had this pop into my head because this is like a reoccurring thing. I'll hear like Steve-O did it. He was like, I'm going to be a tattoo artist. And so like just started like, I think he had an actual artist showing him how to do it and stuff. But like he was like traveling around and tattooing people. And like my internal dialogue was like, this motherfucker, like, I don't know. There's something about like, I'm just going to try it out, you know, and like, we'll just see. Maybe I'll be a tattoo artist. And it's like, bro, fuck you. I work really hard to like hone a skill. But I've heard like people, I won't get into details, but like I've seen people on Facebook that are like, yeah, I'm going to try it out. So-and-so is going to show me how to do it. And I'm just like, for what? Like, you know, like if you're going to do it on yourself, okay. You know, like somebody's going to show you how to properly do it on yourself. But like this, like I'm just going to willy-nilly tattoo people for the hell of it and then stop. It's like, well, first of all, you're not going to do any good at it because you're not taking the time to get good at it. But like, I just see that a lot. People don't take the profession very serious. It goes back to people like, oh, tattooers don't make any money, you know?
Oh, okay. You want to talk about like the whole making money thing? Let's talk about how you have people who come in and they're like, all right, I have $30. What can I get? And I'm just like, oh.
You can go down the road.
Well, that's my thing is like, I just wish people would understand that we do have $100 minimum. I think there are other shops in town that do have like maybe
that's pretty standard now.
They have like $80 minimum, but the thing is that you have to think about like how much goes into it. How much, like, I know it's not like car insurance because, you know, car insurance will increase and I'll be like, oh, prices of everything are going up. There's the inflation and all this stuff.
Yeah, but it is affected by that. You know, our supplies have gone up.
So, like, if someone is going to give you, like, a $20 tattoo or a free tattoo, don't do it. Because then you're going to want to cover up later on and you're like, oh yeah, look at all this ink I got. Like, I'm just so excited to have the sleeve. It didn't cost me anything.
Yeah.
And then you look at it and you're
And
like,
they love
I
it.
can tell.
Yeah, I can tell.
And
Yeah.
they love it.
Yeah, no, they love it. 'Cause
They're
they don't
like,
know.
isn't it beautiful? And I'm like,
Dude, I have this one on my back that
Did
I'm
you say
just
so?
like, oh, I thought it was so cool. And now it's like, I'm just like, what was I thinking? Like, it's even moved.
Yeah.
It's like not even in the same location that it started in.
And
Yeah.
that's actually like one thing that I've thought about is like, you know how if you work on the
It's
Arkansas
migrating.
side, if you're like 16, 17 years old with a parental consent, I feel like you should be 18.
No, I feel like you shouldn't even get tattooed at 18. You should
I
wait
agree.
till you're 30.
at
honestly,
least 21.
There's nothing on my body that I am like, I'm happy I got that before 30.
So a client asked me the other day, they were like, my daughter's turning 16. I
What does
told
she
them
know
they
at
could
16?
get tattooed. Can you do that for me? And I was like, well, the state of Texas doesn't allow that.
And I
was like, and I'm going to be honest, my honest opinion is I don't think it's a good idea because
Let me
I
have
feel
some
like
of
at
that.
18, I feel like at 18, you're going to get shit that you're going to regret.
Or you have parents that are basically like bribing their kids, like, you can get a tattoo as long as it's a cross. Or
they don't know what to get, and they're like, oh, they go to religion. They go to religion because they don't know what they are going to want. So they're like, oh, what is good? What is acceptable? Okay,
Yeah.
Let's get a cross. Everybody's got this damn tattoo that I have on my wrist.
Not
It says
me.
faith.
An upside down
Most
cross?
people- yeah,
You
upside down
fucking
cross.
Satanist.
But that's where people go. They go to religion.
Bro,
So I have a theory about
I
this.
literally, sorry.
Go ahead.
I have a client, like, I haven't seen them in forever, but I had someone at like the second shop that I think that I worked at, and they were like, my grandma is like on her deathbed. I'm just waiting for her to die so I have a reason to get a tattoo. I was like, oh my God, like, is she a bitch or something? Like, why are you telling me that? Like,
Come
oh
on,
my
Grandma. I
God.
really want this tattoo.
Yeah, for
you think you
real.
could just give up on
And
life?
they were just like, well, my parents said that I couldn't get anything unless it was a memorial tattoo for like my grandma. And I was just like, oh my God, like, do you really not value her life?
So I have a theory about this because this is a very common thing where people like it needs to have a meaning.
Oh God.
Like
I literally
Well-
I have a beetle. I have a ghost.
I've had clients bring their moms to get the tattoo and they're like, well, what does it mean though, Bethany? And it's like, what the fuck does it matter what it means? Like, to me, the first most important thing is, does it look good?
Does it look
Yeah.
good? And in time,
Does it flow
will
with the
it
body?
Always.
Well, and the whole thing, it's for me thing, it's like, well, you can say that all day, but guess who's going to be judging your fucking tattoo? Everyone else. You know, so like,
Well, I
'cause
feel like
I don't
maybe
care what.
if you like, I do think
Yeah,
that
Mr. Joe Blow
sometimes
isn't going to be like, hey, what's that story?
I feel like I think that there is like a big,
Hold on a minute. I'm reading
Yeah,
your
let me read
arm.
you.
I feel like there's like a controversy on like how tattoos should be facing. So like if
Oh,
someone
yeah.
comes in, so I have like different tattoos, right? So I have like an old tattoo machine on my wrist that faces outward, but then on this wrist I have a diamond that faces inward.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people come in and they're really confused on like how they should get their tattoos.
Yeah, they are.
I feel like in reality, like you should get them however you want. Like I don't feel like
You
it
should, but what I think should happen is your tattoo artist should know that that's upside down.
Yeah.
And they
No,
should go, look.
100%.
And that's what I do is I go, look, your body, your decision. I just had this. I had a client. It was a very long drawn out thing. It was her and her mom, and it was her first tattoo. And she wanted a cross. She wanted it here, and she wanted it right side up, no, this way. So it'd be upside down when her arm's down, like always in her life. And it said like faith or something. And I was like, okay, look, and her mom was like, well, I just think it looks better that way. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I just have to point this out before I permanently mark your skin with it.
It's going to be upside down.
That's going to be
for her.
upside down. And people are going to see it upside
Yeah.
down. She's like, she was just like, oh,
But
well, I never
then-
thought of it that way. She goes,
It's like
are
a
people
double-edged
gonna-
sword, though, because like regardless, if it's facing you, it's going to be upside down. But if you have it the other way, it's going to
okay,
be upside down.
well,
for other
funny
people.
because she said that. But she was like, are you saying people are going to think she's a Satanist? And I was like, I mean, I don't know what people are going to think, but upside down crosses tend to be like a satanic image. But like, and she was like, okay, but if we do that, it's going to be upside down to her. And I said, after today, she will never look at that tattoo again unless it's in a mirror. She'll never go
Yeah.
like, look at that. Dude, I never noticed my tattoos.
Yeah.
And my other thing was like, I know you're saying like it's for her, but we're also having this argument is like, how it's going to look to the world, because she was very concerned with like how feminine it looks and that her daughter looks feminine. And it's like, okay, well, you're acknowledging that other people are going to judge her tattoo. Well, how are they going to feel about an upside down cross on her arm?
Something that I cannot stand is when someone comes in to get a tattoo and their parents are with them and they're micromanaging it.
Oh, that's what
so
was happening.
Horrible.
I think that it's really shitty because like if you're going to allow your child to get a tattoo, like, so a good example would be our 7-year-old today decided that she wanted to try and pack the groceries into a bag, right? She did not do a very good job, but she still tried, right? If your child is going to try to get a tattoo that's going to be permanent on their body, I feel like they should be happy with it. There have been so many people that I have tattooed that they didn't want it where they ended up getting it, or they didn't want it exactly like how it was, but they did it because their parents were like, no, you're not going to do it like that. If I'm paying for it, you're not going to do it like that. Like there's this one girl that came in and her mom literally gave me her phone number and said that if she tried to go any bigger with the tattoo to give her a call.
Oh my God.
And I thought that was ridiculous. I was just like, oh my God, like I wonder what your home life is like because this sucks.
Sir Justin, can I go to the bathroom?
Yeah, fine.
Does this thing pause?
Hurry up.
Or
We'll just, I can edit it out.
edit it out?
But
Okay.
I mean, it's not a big deal. We'll just talk like you're not here. Okay. What were you talking about with that? So
just parents micromanaging their kids' tattoos.
So it's I equate it to when you go to buy a car at a car dealership, everybody's in the mind like, you're not gonna fuck me, bro. You know, like I do it. I'm like, look, dude, I know what you do here. I know that you fucking talk people into shit they don't want, and you make them pay more than they need to, and it's not happening to me or my fucking kid. You know, and it's that. It's that like, I'm going to go with you and we're going to make sure that we get what we want, how we want it, and for the price we want it at.
Yeah.
You know, and yet they know nothing about tattoos.
Exactly. And
they
some
don't
of them
have one on their
have,
body.
Yeah, they don't have like.
And they're like, I know, I'll handle this.
All the parents are like, well, I looked on Pinterest. I saw a YouTube video. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, you don't know anything. And like, I'm not trying to say the parents are stupid, but like, this is something that is permanent on your child. Like my first tattoo, I got it on 420 and it was by a man who did drugs.
No kidding.
No, it was literally like at 3 a.m. I was tired. I was like ready. I was already falling asleep and he's like, all right, let's do this. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And like, he made me call my mom. Like it was literally in his trailer house and he made me call my mom and get like permission to do the tattoo on me.
Well, principles.
My mom literally had like a cyst on her vocal cords. So she's like, yeah, she can get it. I was like, oh my God.
So like someone pretending to be your mom.
No, it was literally my mom.
I know, but he's like
someone pretending. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome
well, it
back.
goes back to like people not really taking it serious, you know, is like this, like, you know, like they want to come in and run the show, you know, and that's where a good artist goes, no. Like I've taken the time to learn this skill. And I know it looks good, and I know, you know, how things should be done because I've done it 100 times.
Yeah, it's like they come in to tell you how to do your job better.
Oh my God. So I have a story. There was this one lady, I had to literally break up with a client before. Let's talk about that.
Dumped her.
I had to so I had this whole thing. It was when I just maybe it was like a year and a half ago. It was when I just started doing floral.
I might remember this client.
Yes, I know you do. Anyways, I came up with this piece and it was super cute. And she was like micromanaging everything line that I did.
Oh my God, yes, I remember.
You remember her?
I know.
Okay, and
because you were like, "Oh my God, she's trying to come back in."
If she ever hears this, she's probably gonna know exactly.
Wait a minute,
about.
she, as you're doing the tattoos, telling you how to do the
Yes,
tattoo.
she was
Oh
like- and then she
hell
was-
no!
she was taking
This is when
pictures.
Lyndsay really had like a lot of anxiety. She made it
did.
really bad for her.
It was so bad. Like that was when I was like going through that breakdown. I was like literally had to get on Prozac.
She had to go to like she went
That
to the,
woman caused you to
she went
fucking
to the
have
kitchen
depression.
and she literally was like hyperventilating. Like she was
Breaking
just
down.
like, I don't know if I can do this.
And so then this lady was like, "Well, I don't want you to barely shade it. Well, you look like you have an unfinished tattoo." And here's the thing is like months down the road, I knew that this was going to happen. She was like, "Hey, can you do a touch up and like shade
it in?
exactly how you were gonna do it before?
Yeah, for money.
Yeah, like no,
That's what
broken
you've
up.
got. Yeah.
We're breaking up. Like I literally, it's so hard to do that too. You're like, I just don't think we can take this relationship any further.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because,
some people
like-
suck. I mean, that's
Like,
dealing with
super
service.
anxiety.
I
Like,
think the only person that I've technically like had to break up with tattooing is there was a woman who had a tattoo she had gotten when she was 18 years old. She'd never gotten another tattoo and she was like 50, 60 years old. She wanted me to touch up the tattoo by covering it with a star. I went to go and put the star on her, and it's while I am literally tattooing her, she starts crying. And then she starts like moaning really loudly and like saying, fuck, shit, like literally just the weirdest shit. And it's on her chest. So it used to be like a heart, but now it looks like a wad of gum on her chest.
Yeah.
And I think I got maybe done with one star. We were supposed to do like 3. And her husband like gave me the money for the full tattoo and he apologized. And like she tried to message me, I think maybe like 2 months afterwards. And I was just like, I'm sorry, but I cannot tattoo you again, because she told me, she was like, my pain tolerance is really low. We might only have to do it in like small sessions. But this tattoo was so simple. I should have been able to get it done. But like I had to stop like every 2 minutes because she was like, no, stop. It hurts. And I'm like, what did you anticipate? What was that?
That was like in my brain.
I know,
I heard a
it, like-
ding and it was like,
Bro, I thought my cells in my ears
God,
were
is that your
dying.
It's
phone?
because my MacBook is like Bluetooth to the soundboard, and
Oh.
so Jesus Christ, I just hopefully fixed that problem. But
I
yeah,
hear your microphone way better than I hear mine and Lex.
I don't know. Talk to the producer.
Okay, Justin Birtcher.
Ooh, I'm talking
Well, I'm showing
across
y'all's
it.
levels similar. I don't know, Lyndsay. I'm still new to this.
Yeah, I'm eating the mic right now.
But really, actually, the way you're hearing it, it's all in your headphone.
It's all in your head.
volume.
It's all in my head.
It's all in your head.
No, but it sounds a lot
in your
better
volume
that I'm
adjustment.
speaking over it just like you told me to.
Do you ever plan on, like, with this podcast, do you ever plan on doing something that isn't necessarily tattoo related?
Yeah, I'm already working on it.
Okay. I was just
Yeah.
asking because, like, so you were talking about, like, Satanists, right?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I
Get
know.
some Satanists on the podcast.
No, I mean, you could realistically, like, so you were talking about, like, upside down crosses
don't want
and
them in my
stuff.
house.
No, not in the house.
Well, I
Absolutely
mean,
not.
so
We'll
the
go to
thing
them.
is that, like, I really feel like they're stereotyped in a really negative way. So, like, when I went to school, right, I went to Nashville,
She's
Arkansas.
about to tell us she's a fucking Satanist.
No, I'm not. I'm very spiritual, but I'm
Yeah.
not a Satanist. Not that I have anything wrong with Satanists, because when I went to school in Nashville, Arkansas, I had the best history teacher ever. When we were in class, even though we were in the Bible Belt, she literally pulled up the Satanist website, because she was like, if we're going to learn about Christianity and y'all can have like a nativity scene and stuff like at the courthouse, I should be able to pull this up and like teach you other things. Well, she's a very spiritual person. She goes more towards like Buddhists and stuff, but we learned about the tenets that Satanists have, and it's literally the same as the commandments.
Well, there's different sects.
I mean, yes, but like the Satanists that everyone thinks of are very like scary. Like they wear dark makeup and stuff or whatever.
Mhm.
But I've met so many people now through tattooing that show me like their card, and like they actually have gone to like the Satanic temple and stuff, and they don't talk about like sacrificing children. They don't have like all this like negativity and anger and hatred.
Because there's different sects. But yeah, there is like,
But I mean, like the main Satanists that you meet nowadays, they are literally the best people that you can meet in your life. Like they come off as scary, like they dress scary and stuff or whatever, but like deep down, they are like some of the kindest people that I have met.
yeah, I don't remember the specific ideologies, but there's like the Church of Satan or like Luciferians or like whatever. There's like a few different ones. But yeah, there is one that's like, they just kind of believe in like, do what you want and like just don't harm other people, and like
Yeah.
and it's not like about like doing these weird seances and shit. But however,
But there
those
are
people
some
do exist.
that are scary. But there's
Yeah.
also like, if you want to, like, I'm not trying to make it about religion, but I was just saying, because like we had already talked about like you had brought up like satanic like twice, so I just thought it was kind of interesting. But like, you know, in Christianity they did sacrifice Like they did do sacrificial things, and they did things that were pretty much like what they would consider like Satanists doing as like horrible.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they burned people at the stake for not believing in the God they wanted them to believe in.
Yeah, I'm left-handed and gay. I definitely would have got burned.
Oh, bro, they're burning you like
You
a
would've
witch.
been murked.
You'd have been a witch.
Bro, they would
You've
have
been in the Salem witch trials.
They would have put me in the water, and they were like, "All right,
Hey, as long
if she
as you-
floats, she's a witch.
Yeah.
Kill her."
Oh, well, fuck, she died. I guess she wasn't a witch.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I do. I want to have some people on to talk about stuff not tattoo related.
I just think that that'd be kind of interesting, and like, just because like there's like, I just feel like there's so many things that are negative connotations. Like they have a lot of negative like input.
The
But it's
satanic panic type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
literally,
No.
I consider myself to be like somewhat Wiccan. Like I don't think that like I'm a witch, but like
Right.
I do a lot of holistic
pagan
stuff.
type-
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I do like, what's that?
Probably the table.
Oh, sorry.
The
But
devil
no.
hears you talking good about him.
Well, I'm not really into
That's
that.
right, Alexis.
but-
I'm not all bad. Come to the other side.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I literally like the
No,
stuff that
I've
I do
met
is like very
people
holistic.
like that, too. I know
it's
what you mean.
very healing. Like we believe in crystals and stuff, but it's because
Witchy shit.
there's like actual energy in it. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm very open minded to shit like that. I mean, I'm not going to go practice it myself, but I see what you mean. Like, yeah, there is like this knee jerk to like anything that's like, oh, they're probably Satanists and they fucking kill people and,
bro, I
drink
literally
blood. And,
I have a statue of Bast, which is the Egyptian goddess of like.
oh, no, you're a legitimate Satanist.
No, I'm not.
I feel like that's what a lot of people that are religious think of us in general. Like I remember I was in Florida last summer and this lady literally hurt my feelings. Okay.
She said, "Hurt my feelings."
Hurt my feelings. Like even I told Brian, we were walking into a Ross. Okay. We were walking into Ross and this lady gave me the dirtiest look. Like she just couldn't believe.
Well, she's in Florida.
I know, but it doesn't matter. Like I get that the old school people, you know, that are 70s, 80s, it was trashy. Like when you got tattoos, it was, you were alternative, you were broke, you were all
Yeah,
those
you're a
things.
criminal.
You're a criminal.
Drug
yeah.
user.
And
Yeah.
so like you get these looks from
Like a degenerate.
the old timers.
Degenerate,
Yeah,
yeah.
you get a look that's just like with disgust. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, like I feel like people that are tattooed are some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. More than you go to a church, you're going to be judged more at a church than you are at a tattoo shop.
Yeah.
I don't know, because
That's
like
true,
me,
probably,
me,
actually.
Connor, and Katie all went to Walmart, and it was crazy because we had so many old people come up to us, and they were just like, "I love your work." Like today, me and my fiance and Harper, we all went to Aldi in Texarkana, and there was this old man with like Native American like clothes on, and he was just like, "Who's been drawing on you?" And then Karen was just like, "Oh, it was her," and he was like, "Oh, who's that on your arm?" I was just like, "Oh, this is Morticia Adams." He was just like, "Oh, I like it." I was just like, "Thanks, I appreciate it."
And here's Baphomet. Have you? Well, there's people that use the whole like satanic imagery just for shock factor. A lot in tattooing. That is like and I don't really.
Was it like Antoine LaVey or something? He was the one.
Anton LaVey.
Anton, yeah. I was adding some twang to his name.
Antoine.
But he literally, like, the music that he did is like what you would hear in like a horror movie, like the violins and like the organ
I think
and
Paul
stuff.
Booth listens to that kind of shit.
Yeah,
where it's like,
but it's literally
like ghost music, like woo.
Yeah, it's literally
weird
because
frequencies
they
and
want
shit.
people to look past the like how it looks. It's kind of like a whole
Yeah.
don't judge a book by its cover. Like
Yeah.
they want to be scary and spooky, but in reality, like they are all about like hope and love and like just making sure that you're treating people with kindness. But also the one thing that I think differs from like Christianity is like in Satanists, the way that they see things is like, if you wrong me, I can get back at you. But like in Christianity, it's like turn your other cheek. But in Satanism, usually they're like, you know, don't cross me.
Yeah, I'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
I'll sacrifice you to the gods.
Yeah, I don't.
And now, granted, I will say, like, I'm not trying to shit on Christians or anything, but like, I do think that there are some genuine people out there who practice Christianity, and they are very genuine. Like, there are some people who are not judgmental, but I do feel like there is a negative, like, view of Christians because of how much they judge.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, people throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Bro, I remember going home and like there being passages in a Bible like highlighted because my dad did not like that I was gay.
Yeah, my grandma would like.
My grandma was like,
"You're
going to hell. I'm a Baptist."
If she saw me right now with this black neck, oh my God, she would
Grandma
just
be
like,
whooping your ass.
Oh my God, she would think I was the devil. Like,
yeah, for real.
Honestly, my mom now she's just gave up with the caring about how many tattoos I have. She's just like, oh,
your mom is you and your mom are the same.
She's like, oh my God, you're just still alive. That's all I care about.
Well, you're still here, Lyndsay, and that's what matters.
I mean, after everything that you guys have been through together,
Seriously,
I bet that really is just like a miracle for her.
Yeah, this isn't anything. She's happy my neck is black and I'm alive.
You got the face tattoos.
If that's the price to pay, then
that's right. Yeah. So
yeah. Well, tattoo community. That's one thing that I like about it. Going to like conventions is people are very, very accepting and like, I mean, you'll see some very strange people. You know, there's a spectrum. I feel like we're on like the more chill.
Calm down. You're kind of talking about me right now.
No, not that kind of spectrum. Damn it. You can't take over the word spectrum, okay?
I know.
No, I mean spectrum as in like there's like some way creepy. Well, I guess creepy is offensive. There's some people that like get fucking wild with their look.
They do.
Oh no, there's
we're on the more
people
tame
in like
end.
the conventions that I've gone up and they're like playing on their Nintendo Switch, completely dressed in black, have a hood on their head and headphones. I'm just like, how do you expect to get a tattoo if like you're not even looking like at our booth? We're like, hey, how are you? Like trying to make sure that everybody has like a tattoo and is busy. But then you have these other people who literally are so busy, like just not really seeming like they give a fuck. Mm-hmm. It's like the client,
they won't talk to you when you walk up.
They don't want to have to reach out to you. They want you to reach out to them because realistically, like
it's awkward.
Tattooing is like very intimate and you got to make sure that the people are comfortable and that they know. They're like, oh, hey, like, because I am very friendly and stuff and like people will approach and I'll just be like, hey, how are you? Like, can I help you with anything? Or they'll tell me what they want.
The whole experience.
Well, it's very awkward. I mean, put yourself in their shoes. Even when I walk around a convention and walk up to these random booths, people I don't know.
And they don't make eye contact with you. So you're just like, do I say something?
Yeah. And you're like, I know I'm here to look at your work and look at what you're doing, but I kind of get the feeling like you want me to just fuck off and walk away.
Like there were some girls that were tattooing across from us and they were doing like huge pieces that took them like the whole entire convention to do. And I wanted to go over there and like look at it, but I had to like really work myself up because they did not get up from like their tattoo. They did not look around or anything. And like I wanted to ask questions and stuff, but I was just like, I get really socially awkward, so I was just like, hey, I'm from over there.
I'm from over there.
You might have saw me.
I've been watching you from across the aisle.
She's like, over here.
I struggle with that too, honestly. This last convention is the first time that I went outside my comfort zone and like went and spoke with new people. And they were awesome. They were super nice. Like, dude, come do a fucking guest spot. Like, hey, look at what I'm working on.
Yeah, bro,
you
like
know?
if you literally just talk to them for a little bit, like there was those people that, I don't know if y'all remember, but you know how we were kind of at that corner? Like there were those two girls that were sitting in front of us, but then there was like a little, the cottage core people.
Like
they were so sweet.
Yeah,
and they were
I never talked to them, but
they were literally like, you should follow us. You know, we're based off in, I don't even remember where they said they were from, but like,
Alexis like, bitch, so follow me and I'll follow you. How about that?
It literally, it was,
my God,
it was like a mutual interaction. Like we followed each
other.
Go
like 6 of my posts right now. Just kidding.
I feel like you're talking about somebody right now.
I don't know anybody.
Somebody that we don't talk about.
I don't know anybody.
The name that we do not speak of.
Jesus.
Voldemort.
Oh, I don't know what that means. But
bro, Harry
I
Potter.
don't know. I know, but I don't know what the reference is referring to.
Are we speaking about a scratcher?
I don't know. Are we?
I mean, I technically think we are.
According to the name, that's all we fucking do. Just fucking shit on scratchers.
Okay, but realistically,
it's a common enemy.
Like if we are getting back on track with scratchers, I feel like as a tattoo artist, when you first get started, regardless of who you are,
oh, you a motherfucking scratcher.
Yeah, but it's about learning how to get better and better yourself. And like I have somebody that I know who's learning how to tattoo right now. She has a full-time job, and she's like, I'm afraid to quit my job.
Yeah,
because I am tattooing, but I'm afraid like I'm not going to make enough money.
But is she doing an apprenticeship?
No, she's not doing an apprenticeship.
Yeah.
And I was just like, look, like,
I know
when it comes to tattooing, you have to be passionate about it. Like, you can't just like do a tattoo and then go a week without tattooing and then tattoo again.
No.
It has to be
It's like
consistently almost every single day. Like, there are times where I have tattooed like at my house because like I am constantly trying to get better and do better. And I want to get like to where like I'm not all about winning awards and stuff, but I would like to be able to one day like enter in, because like my color has been getting really solid, so I want to enter in and I want to like I would like to win something. But like
yeah, I'm sure it's a nice feeling.
Do you
to win
remember when
something.
you were like, I don't know if I want a tattoo for the rest of my life, I think that I want to do this or this? Do you remember when you were doing that?
girl, I still have the message. I still have the screenshot of the message that you sent me where you were just like, I've been feeling this.
Like,
she was like, I've been feeling this from you for a while now.
Yeah, no, I thought you were on the verge of quitting.
It's because I was going through a lot.
Well, now that I know that you
Well,
were
you didn't
medically
leave,
like, not doing well.
No.
Yeah,
no,
I mean, we all have.
Well, I mean, like, so I do want to start like my own podcast eventually, and I want it to have something to do with like graveyards, like not talking about like
She is a Satanist.
No, not talking about like
people.
Not talking about like death and stuff, but like, you know, it's like, what topic are we gonna dig up today? Like something like that. It's kind of cliche. But I don't know.
Pun.
There was a minute where I didn't know if tattooing is what I wanted to do, because my whole life I've literally worked like 20 jobs. And I mean, I'm young. I'm like 25 years old. And I have worked so many different jobs, and then my family was not very supportive of me being a tattoo artist at first, because they were like, I don't see you actually making it. I don't see you getting anywhere. Well, there was a part of me that wanted to stop tattooing because I just thought that I wasn't good enough because of all the other shops that I've worked at, that they did not build me up at all.
At
all. And like, she was there when I was freaking crying, and like they were sitting there like badgering me, being like, you have no artistic talent, you can't draw worth shit, all your lines suck, if you don't get better and do a tattoo in the next month that's completely perfect and to our standards, we're gonna fire you. And I was just like, you know what, I quit.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna sit here.
Sad.
I know.
This goes back to.
They made me go home. They made me go home and leave all my stuff there, and then they told me the next morning.
Yeah, because they were controlling.
I had to open. Like, they went up there to open the shop while no one was there, because they didn't want people to see me crying, because they had literally just went off on me.
Yeah.
And then I had to go up there.
We don't want people to see what pieces of shit we can be. Okay,
yeah.
So.
Like, don't look at the apprentices with toothbrushes, like fucking cleaning.
This goes to any kind of profession. If you own a business or you're a manager or something, you know how you get people to work hard for you?
Quinn.
Treat them right.
You shit on them and you tell them they fucking suck. No, that is the opposite.
Quinn is literally like the perfect boss. Like, bro, he literally
example of how to run. Or
yeah.
the way.
Well, he cares. He gives a shit.
He cares so
That's
much.
What, it all boils down to he gives a fuck. He wants to see you succeed, and he wants to give you whatever information you need that he has already acquired through his hard work to make sure that you get what you need.
You still have those rotten few that come through and like take advantage. I'm just saying, because like I've talked to Quinn.
Shots fired.
No, I'm saying because like I've talked to Quinn before, and he has said like, you know, because he is such a genuine dude, he has had so many people take advantage of him.
Yeah.
And when he realized, he was like heartbroken, because like he genuinely cares about everybody and like how they do, and he wants to see all of us succeed, to the point that he will literally like have group meetings and individual meetings. Like, what tattoo shops do you know that like actually have meetings and like try and make sure that everything's good, and like he'll even try to check in with us and make sure that we're okay.
The only meetings that we had at the first shop was, this is what you're doing wrong.
Yeah, there was no like building it. That's what I like about Pony Lawson. Shout out to Pony Lawson, because you know, he he will sit there and be like, hey, you know, this is a pretty solid tattoo, but this is what you got to change about it. Like,
you got to sandwich it.
Constructive criticism.
Exactly. If you're sitting there,
another good thing.
And that's what I'm saying about the shop that we all came from, is like that just constantly tearing someone down. Why
not productive?
That's why you have so many artists come in and out. That's why you have to hire people who are literally so fucked up.
They have robots.
Yeah.
People, that's what's left.
They don't feel. They don't feel, because you literally like took everything from them.
Yeah.
I remember I would have to like, just like you were saying, like I would have to go behind the scenes and tattoo at the house so I could like actually do a bigger piece. And because I was scared, you know, they wouldn't let you do it. They wouldn't let you grow. And I was like,
And you were like afraid to talk to them.
oh my God.
Because they would literally like make you feel really uncomfortable.
We would be scared for him to come over to Black Pines to like get my massage table so he could tattoo at the house.
Gotta
or
like
something.
sneak around to
like,
communicate with people
like,
outside the shop.
I'm gonna take off and I'll meet you up back and we'll do like this handshake. And
if they see my car. Yeah. Well, and did it work
travels,
ultimately for them
word
to
travels
like
really fast in Texarkana. So if somebody that like was with that group, they would be like, "Oh, hey, I just saw Justin over there at Black Pines talking to Lyndsay. Yeah, you better watch out." God.
Well, and it happened.
The drama community is so fucking insane when it comes to tattooing.
Yeah, I don't. Well, especially locally, I don't know what that is all about. I don't know. There's a lot
I understand competition,
like,
but there should be
fuck
like
them over
nice.
there. I don't know. I think everybody should lift each other up.
Yeah,
honestly,
the pie is big enough.
Like I notice, no offense to men, but I notice that women will lift women up. Like,
no.
Listen. Like, are you talking about?
I'm just. I mean,
well, if
I'm
we're
just
talking
saying,
about like the first shop, that woman was.
No, I'm not talking about. No. I'm talking about other tattooers. That is not a tattooer.
Well, I'm just talking about. I mean, there's plenty of jealousy amongst women.
I mean, there's jealousy.
They will cut a woman down quick.
No,
yeah,
I mean like that. I've seen out here in the tattoo industry, just like with Jess. Jess was like really. She opened her arms to me. Like,
yeah. And like when I worked with her at Body of Art,
there's not
like,
as many of you.
We
so
literally would hype each other
way.
up. And if I had a question, like there was one tattoo where this girl made me super uncomfortable. And like I did a barcode on the back of her neck. And this was like my first neck to tattoo. One, she wouldn't stop moving. Two, like she was hitting on me because she had just found out that like I had just become single. Like this was when I first started at Body of Art. And like she made me so uncomfortable I could not finish the tattoo. So Jess literally came in and finished the tattoo for me. Like that was really scary.
Damn.
But I agree with Lyndsay.
Did it scan when you got done?
No.
Oh.
But literally, like I agree with Lyndsay because I do feel like, I mean, it kind of depends on like what guys, because like Justin, Connor, Quinn, but like all the men that I've worked with,
all the guys at Black Pines, amazing.
Yeah, but like at the other shops,
we work at the same shop
because I've been at like 4 other shops. I think that from what I've seen, women usually do build up because Kit, you remember Kit?
I remember Kit.
Bro, she was so nice.
Yeah.
She was so sweet. And like,
nice
if you had any questions or anything, like she was the nicest person.
Yeah.
But
she was nice to me.
Yeah,
but in general, I like, there's a few other women that are in town that don't really, I guess, try to talk to us. That you know how you feel like this vibe that's just not there. It's
like you try to say hi to them or smile at them, and then they look at you and they're just like,
it's like we like why, yeah, no, but no, why?
Like there's no hard feelings. There's no hard feelings.
I want you to do well.
Great.
Just as like, you know, I feel like you put the energy out that you want to get back. You know,
no, that's exactly
karma.
It.
Yeah, karma, absolutely.
Karma's a bitch.
I mean, there's a few other artists in town that are women that I would like to see do well.
No, everyone does kind of alienate themselves as shops. I mean, I don't know if it's as a shop, but like,
well, that's what I love about Quinn, because he's like, hey, if you want to go guest spot, go guest spot.
Yeah.
Like that'd be so cool.
No, better yet, you should. Yeah, you should totally go do that.
And he literally is just like, you know, you should go. But I will say that I wanted to guest spot at one shop, and he was just like, but what if you never come back? And I was like, Quinn, what? I was like, no. I want a guest spot, but like I don't want to like leave. I want to just experience and get out of my comfort zone and like go work and see like how other people do it and stuff.
It's so funny because he's like a couple years younger than me, and I feel like he's my my dad in the
Yeah.
tattoo world, right?
Because
So I'm like-
he's just so
I'm
knowledgeable.
I'm like, Dad.
He's a genius, and
Yeah.
when
I'm
it
like,
comes
Dad,
to tattoo,
I just learned
and-
how to crawl, and now I'm kind of trying to walk.
And he's like,
And he's
oh,
like,
good
go,
job.
baby, go.
You're doing so good.
no, I feel the same way, and there's not a big age gap between us, but like as far as tattoo years
Oh,
go,
he's-
he's
yeah.
light years beyond me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
we
I
should,
very
we should
much
make him a t-shirt that says Tattoo Daddy.
tat
For
daddy.
real.
Like Tat Daddy,
like,
yeah.
"Dada."
But I really look up to him. You know, I mean, he's a genius. Like
We
he's
be sucking his
he's a
on
he's
on
a
the pot, dude. We have been.
I don't know,
Girl,
like,
not
but
me,
it's very
not me.
important
Love
to
him.
have a mentor, someone that you want to emulate that like is doing it the right way.
No, absolutely.
You know, like that is very valuable, and that's something I've learned. And it makes me feel bad for some people around that I know that tattoo, and they've worked at certain shops, and it's like it's all about who you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
You know, and so but there ain't enough space for everybody at the good shop,
can
and
only
also
get-
everybody
okay.
ain't good enough to be
So-
at the
Only
good
get
shop.
as good as the people around you.
Yeah.
A play on what you just said is that, well, I was talking to Quinn and Alex one day, and like Alex was telling me, he was just like, Quinn doesn't expect you guys to be at the shop forever. Like, I mean, of course he doesn't want you to leave, but
Right.
like he said that the main goal is to like, have us comfortable enough where we could even maybe run our own shop one day.
Yeah.
Like he wants us to be that confident and that good
Yeah.
to where we feel comfortable enough to like have our own business.
Well,
And,
it's
like,
a
he does-
realistic
Oh, yeah.
expectation.
Everybody wants to make 100% of their money.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but like also, I mean, to learn and stuff until you get to the point where like Quinn is, I feel like you probably should pay a percentage. Like depending on like what the
Yeah.
percentage is, it
Well,
it can kinda suck a little
imagine-
bit, but
Imagine right now where you're at in your career, still learning every day. Something new comes up where you're like, "What do I?" And Quinn's like, "Hey, man, just do this," because he's done it a million times.
Right.
You know, imagine that's gone. You don't have that in your shop. It's just you and some apprentice,
That's
and
why you
maybe
gotta be
some other guy that's like
comfortable with yourself.
maybe as good as you. Okay, so all that's gone, and now you also have to worry about like, this guy's pissed off because we ran out of fucking green soap. This guy's pissed off because we have to work tomorrow. Like you're juggling all these things, and you're still trying to learn. Like it's
Right, yeah, no,
it's
not.
not a good idea.
Yeah, it's not.
Not a good idea. I ain't going no fucking where
I'm
for
not-
a
yeah.
long
Yeah.
time, bro. Like
mean-
it's gonna have to really make sense.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
and it don't
same.
make sense
Same.
anytime soon.
He just better like have a retirement plan for me.
We need retirement. Doesn't
Yeah, Eden.
yeah.
Yeah, they have.
They do
like-
retirement? I
yeah,
know they do, like, insurance
do,
and
like,
shit.
yeah,
insurance
see,
and
that's
shit,
that's
like,
something
really
that I
that.
wish, or like the W-2s, like they get W-2s instead of having to do their taxes at the end of the
Man,
year.
that would
As
be
Yeah.
amazing.
yeah, instead of having to like go
Huh.
and like pay all that money, like
Yeah.
literally you just do a
It
W-2.
just comes out every
Yeah,
week.
and then
That
you
shit's
get
so
money back.
Stressful. Like,
Yeah, because like
Huh.
as a tattoo artist, depending on how much you make, like
so
I
stressful.
haven't gotten penalized by the IRS, but
Oh, they're gonna hear this. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, no, because they just started that. It's like a new
I was kidding.
deal. Because
I know,
got
but they didn't do it to
penalized.
me, and
No, I
I think
haven't
that
either.
it might be because of like how much maybe you
I think
made
you
this
got
year.
fucked. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
Maybe
No, it
so,
could be
I
if you
mean,
move up brackets.
She
Either
even told me, she's like, this next year coming up, she's like, they're gonna be
On your
nitpicking
ass.
about
Yeah.
everything. You need, I mean, because you were like so prepared. You had everything written down, and I thought I was super prepared because I have a credit card for each thing, like a credit card for supplies, a credit card for out of town.
Well, see, what I do is I literally like even for people out there who are independent contractors, whatever. What I do is I don't keep every single receipt that I have. Everything that I pay
fuck
for
that.
is pretty much on my debit card.
mental.
Yeah.
note.
So what I go
Okay, 'cause I
through-
do that, and
What
it's
I
fucking
go
horrible.
through is I will literally go to the very beginning of the year, and it takes a fucking almost like a whole day to do, but I go and I write down every single thing that I purchase.
Yeah.
So like if it is food for work, which I don't order out when I'm at home because we don't have Uber Eats or DoorDash. We don't have like a McDonald's down the road. So like everything that I get is for like at the shop. Or like all the stuff that I get, it literally will say like Tat Soul or Dragon Hawk or, Amazon or whatever. And I'll write that down and put it underneath these certain categories. So like if I have gas, I have like my things that are for my car. Like, I don't use my car for anything else but basically driving to and from work. Like every now and again, I might go and do something. But last year, just going to and from work, I racked up like 20,000 miles on my vehicle. And that's because of how far I live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on my taxes, I was able to write off my tires because my tires went towards that. Or like my phone, I primarily use my phone for tattooing.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking to clients all the time.
So anyways, I'll be hiring you when it comes time to do taxes again.
To be prepared for a lot of questions.
We had a whole day, remember?
Be prepared. I know.
We took
and
a
then we
whole day
went. We
off
went
together.
to Target. Oh my God, we had a girls' day. Got
Did our
Starbucks.
taxes.
I went underneath the tree that crushed Brian's truck.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I did limbo underneath it, and then she was like, "Hey, watch out! It has poison ivy."
All right.
Oh my God,
We're
what
going to be
is that?
winding this thing down, but I wanted to run through. So this is something we're going to do on every podcast now, but
Yeah, what in the
I
fuck
wanted
is that?
to bring up a few really cool at-home DIY tattoos that we could look at.
This is a no-no.
don't
Okay,
wanna
so
Rar.
this some people would be like, "Oh, look at my tattoo, man,"
Go ahead, zoom
and
in.
that does not look good.
Someone got crinkled,
That
and suddenly I feel a wee bit better about my own
so
work.
there is why you would pay more for a tattoo than that probably costs like $30.
He said
I don't know,
that it
man.
would take-
This one comes with Hep B and A if you get it from him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. I love how
Is that a bonus?
I love how he wipes it very
Yeah, it
intently. Like,
doesn't
let me get
look-
all this shit off here so you
It
can see the
doesn't
shit underneath
look
the
wet.
shit.
He's gonna wipe it off.
It looks
because
dry.
It's not even in there all the way.
He's
I've
using
seen-
cafeteria lady gloves.
Bro, I've seen temporary tattoos that look better than that.
He's using paper towels from the bathroom.
Are we
Those
sure that's not?
hard-ass-
Wait,
No,
is
it's
that
a-
toilet paper?
He's using wet wipes.
Oh my
It looks like
God.
toilet paper.
Wet wipes
Dude,
for your
that's
ass.
horrible.
This
Sorry,
one. So this one.
Peace and love. You
Jesus
can get
piece
better.
right here.
Oh God.
My God.
Yeah. So this is like another play. I know you've seen the one where it's on the arm and it looks like Jesus's arm is on the cross.
See, a
Feel
lot
like
of
Jesus
people
is
have.
jacking your
Yeah,
ass. you off.
Yeah. Well, this one's even better. You are Jesus. Your whole body is Jesus.
Like
and
somebody's gonna fuck Jesus.
dude, if he does jujitsu, he could have like Jesus putting people in a fucking guillotine
Dude,
and shit.
stop it. What is this?
Look, they did the fucking
Stop
dude.
it.
Jesus is
A
ripped.
10-pack.
He's got a 10-pack, bro.
What the
He is
fuck?
so ripped.
Now they didn't think this through. The
Wasn't
belly button's
Jesus,
a little
like,
off
starving,
center.
like when he was dying.
Bro, what this guy didn't realize is that he should have just tattooed a 10-pack on himself.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
that's forever. That is forever.
I mean,
Oh my God.
that's forever. It doesn't even die.
yeah.
Like Jesus.
Well, I will say the whole thing about what we were talking about with like the whole like Jesus on the arm.
Mm.
Like a lot of men get that tattoo.
I know. I've had so
I
many
know.
requests
And
it,
some
and
of
I was
them will
like,
literally say that is their dominant hand, and I'm like,
That's so
dominant
weird.
in what way?
That's so weird because like
Because imagine you're signing divorce papers and there's Jesus.
Jesus
Jesus.
is doing it, not you.
yeah,
Jesus
if you
is-
murder someone with that hand, like, no, Jesus did it,
God's
bro.
Yeah,
I'm
Jesus.
out here doing
Jesus is
God's
the way.
work.
Jesus is the way.
I found this. I thought that was really cool. I was actually going to show it to Connor because he's a trad daddy, but this is an Ed Hardy.
Panther.
This is an Ed Hardy tattoos done in like the early to mid 80s.
It's actually
And this was this year.
It looks really good.
This was this year. Look at this shit.
like
I heard him talk. Ed Hardy was talking about doing this tattoo. This is like a lawyer or something. He's rich as fuck, and he's covered in Ed Hardy tattoos. But you'll notice he said that the guy had like all these moles on his back,
And he didn't go over
can't
that.
tattoo
Yeah,
over
and so he
moles,
said he was
yeah.
looking across his back, and it was just like a landmine of fucking like of moles and shit. But yeah,
Well-
look how solid that is, bro.
Yeah.
I will say for people who are like
Fucking
scratchers
amazing.
and stuff, make sure that you don't go over moles because later on that could be skin cancer for someone, and also
Yeah.
doctors need to
Yeah, you
look at
definitely
those
go around
things.
them.
Yeah.
Unless it's a pimple, then you just run
You
that motherfucker
ram
over
it.
like
No,
the
because if you do
lawnmower.
that,
I'm
it's gonna
just
blow
kidding.
out.
Yeah, I know that's what's fun about it.
Or like I've had people with getting a back tattoo and they have like those deep blackheads, and if you go over it, it
Bro.
literally will go right in. And oh my god,
Money bags.
Oh,
What's
my
so
God.
ironic about a tattoo like this? Like, yeah, I get money. I just don't spend it on tattoos at a
look
tattoo shop.
what is that she's using to wipe it
Are
off?
they awake? Are they?
He's on Xanax. What is
Gotta
this
It looks like
shading
doo-doo.
right here?
Like the money looks like it should be flies.
I want some smoke coming off the back.
No, but
I got you, bro.
why does it look like she's wiping it with something that you wash your car with?
Oh
Why
my
is-
God.
Yeah,
No.
she's using a squeegee and she's barehanded.
And they're passed out. Like
Wait,
just-
Wait,
So-
what does this say?
I know.
First of
'cause-
all,
oh, it says hustle. It says hustle.
No way.
Yes, because there's a HU in the back, and
It
then
says a T.
I think it says
no,
blessed.
Look, HU in the back.
Oh shit.
HU and then the S right there.
It does say hustle.
It probably says hustle. Yeah.
It says HU at the money
Hustler.
bag.
It says
S.
hustler. It says
I'm
hustler.
not seeing
Dude,
this.
stop
Oh,
it.
oh my god.
H-U-S-T-L-E-R.
Oh my god. I didn't even see
Hustler.
that.
Yeah, he's a hustler.
Wow, you ain't hustling,
Bro,
shit,
well, that is some wild placement. Hey,
Also,
we'll
can
just
we
put the
talk about the
HU on the
hairline?
back of your neck.
Can we talk
Nobody
about
will ever see it.
Can we talk about the hairline?
The hairline.
It looks like he was so stressed that he became kind of.
I think he probably got his hair cut by the same person that did the tattoo in their apartment.
Ooh, where's the comments?
We are the
417
comments.
likes. Let me.
Bro.
I'm just trying to figure that out.
Bro, he gets more likes than me for sure.
What the hell?
Oh, this is a good one. Blowout City right here, baby.
Dude,
Oh.
oh my god. Do you remember the lady that
It's
came
an unintentional
to that one,
blackout.
Expo, and
Yeah.
she's like, I want this to be fixed, and there's no fixing it. There's no fixing the blowout. Like,
So whenever you get to a certain age, I feel
Yeah,
like
they
maybe you shouldn't
tend
get
to blow up.
tattooed.
They tend to blow up.
Because like
Skin
it
gets
would be
loose,
really nice to get a tattoo,
then-
but there are some older people that I've tried to tattoo. Their skin is like leather, and
Yeah,
as
you
soon as you
can't.
put the needle to it, regardless of how slow you're running your machine, it tears them up.
well, yeah, and just as much as they like people that tan and
Yes.
things, their skin literally.
She
feels
should have
like
got
alligator skin.
blowouts matter. Womp womp.
I mean, that is pretty cool that she got that tattoo, but also, was it upside down for her?
It's pretty sick.
Like,
Actually.
wasn't it upside down for her? It said Black Lives Matter, but it was
Yeah,
facing
no,
out.
it was terrible placement. So this guy's giving away a tattoo, kind of like me. You guys go on to my Instagram or Facebook and enter for a chance to win a free tattoo. Oh, they pulled it. I don't blame them.
The link you followed may be broken.
It was really bad. It was a really bad one. Sorry, you'll never know. Now this is good hygiene right here.
Mm.
Oh, look at the nails on
Oh,
them. Oh
yeah,
my
look
god,
at
there's
the-
like black.
Look
underneath their nails.
look how aggressively he wipes it down with a dry towel. Like,
Oh my god.
oh, we just gotta get this bitch clean so I
Ooh,
can.
look.
Now look what I did here. You see this?
I like the
What I did was I inserted my fingernail into his open wound.
I like the comment that says my tattoos that are already completely healed got an infection from this video.
Oh my god.
Man.
What in the hell?
I don't know, but he is so professional.
Okay, look at the pants. We're
This
talking
is-
about
this
Satanists.
is-
No, I'm kidding.
this is-
But look, I'm pretty sure it's like an upside down. Like
I love he's not wearing shoes. They're
For
just like
people
chilling.
doing tattoos
Wait,
at
wait,
home,
look
this is
at-
a
look at his
no-no,
pants.
for
This
sure.
is someone's
so
grandmother's
bad.
bedroom.
This is
for
so
sure.
bad. It looks
And-
like it's in a garage, honestly.
it really does. Actually, it doesn't even look like they're really going into the skin at all.
No. Is it a marker?
Look, see the pentagram or pinnacle, whatever it is. It's an upside down star.
Pentagram.
Is that clothes in the background? What is
Yeah,
that?
I think
Bro,
Is it
that's
in a
just
laundry
someone's
room?
fucking
Look, there's a
laundry
dog
room.
toy.
Oh God, I was like, I was smelling smells as we were watching that video.
It's not green soap.
No, it's not a clean smell. This one's
There's a
fine.
black cat that's underneath me.
Oh my god.
Not a black one. Those
Hey.
things are.
Oh my god.
If you
She's got
cross
a
her
lazy
path.
eye. She's got a small eye.
Sue tats. She couldn't
Bro.
finish to get more details added, but this came
This
out
is what always
fire.
scares me about doing anything like realistic. Like, okay, so
That it looks
she-
like this.
Oh,
Okay, I'm
God,
sorry,
yeah,
but
this is
regardless, like the only way you can mess up a tattoo that bad is if you don't have a stencil. Because if you have a stencil, there's no way she should
No,
be
you
should be
can
coming
do
out
it-
like that.
No, you can do it with a stencil.
Oh,
and
you can fuck a face
Oh yeah,
up
you can
so
fuck
fast.
one little extra
I mean,
line
just
or
look
too
at
much
it.
shading. It could turn into.
But I mean,
that.
those eyes don't even look like they came from us. Look at the nose.
No,
Like, it
I
looks like
agree.
someone
The
punched her
drawing-
in the
Of, like-
face.
For sure, her drawing was not good. I don't
No.
even have to see it to know that.
No,
But
and the mouth. What's going on with the nose and the mouth?
That's what I'm saying. It looks like somebody
Oh
punched her in the
my
face.
God.
it's the love of my life.
I'm being surrounded by cats, and I love it.
I bet you do.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
this dude got waves tattooed on his
What?
head.
No, that looks like clouds.
Nah,
All right, they need to
Look how they
stop with
spiral
the
up
PCP,
his
bro.
head.
Stop.
bro, he don't even need it. He's got a permanent wave cap on.
That's
He's just
horrible.
always waving.
Look at them. They know who their adopted mom is.
I was gonna make a comment.
Hi, Justin.
I love tattoo reveals.
Oh my God, no.
I love they're doing a reveal and the foam is like super thin. You can already see the fucking tattoo.
Like, oh wow, you're revealing so much.
Naomi.
But this is what I love.
Caesar.
I follow so many scratchers on Instagram for this reason. Because I love how they'll like play some like player ass song to it. Like they're, you know what I mean? Like they're really hyping up the tattoo they did.
Wait.
And
Why
they
does
do
it say Big X the plug?
and they do a reveal and
It says levels.
and they're like revealing the same, like, look at this badass work I did, and it's this. It's fucking great, dude. I fucking love this shit. I'm thinking about hitting one of these guys up, see what their day rate is.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, almost like a prank. Just
This
be like,
guy's
"Hey,
a
bro."
freehand artist, and when I say freehand, I mean no gloves.
Like,
oh, and outdoors. Wow.
Yeah, India gets down on the streets with the
Bro.
oh
Oh my God.
look
Did
how
you see that? He was
how
running
slow it's
He was
running.
running it so slow.
Ugh, you can feel each jab
Oh my
of the needle.
God. Oh yeah, let me put my phone up there after I just touched you without gloves. Oh my God.
I'm going to India to get tatted.
I want to get one of those old school, like, I don't know if it's Polynesian or what kind of tattoo it is, but the one that like they tap
We're gonna
it.
have to wrap this up soon.
We're rapping right now.
Rappity rap.
Oh, another one got pulled. Instagram's like, no, that's enough of this bad shit. Oh, okay, we'll end it on this one.
What?
He passed out.
Let's see if I can get some sound, Jamie.
He passed out and he peed on himself.
Are you alright, dude? Yeah. You okay?
You good, bro? You're fucking swimming in your own piss right now.
Are you alright?
Are you all right?
Wait, why does it say here's a recipe for delicious chewy chocolate chip cookies? Ingredients.
That's hilarious.
All right.
She headbutted
All right,
it.
guys. Well, we've been on here for a while, so
All right.
guess we'll wrap it up. But this was fun. We'll do another,
It's been real.
well,
Yeah.
what are we going to call this? Like the Messy Bessies podcast?
Messy
what do you
Bessie.
mean? What are you trying to say?
Because I feel like y'all like to talk drama.
You're just saying that because we're women.
No, I'm not. I'm just
I mean,
saying.
we do
Okay, we don't
all-
have to say
what do you
Bessies.
and Connor talk about?
We talk true
Putting
drama
shit
though.
up asses?
I mean,
like, what do you guys talk
yeah.
about? Like, that's
Yeah,
weird.
exactly.
Weird, okay? Who
Yeah, we
cares?
talk
Do
about
y'all
goofy,
talk about
stupid shit.
fingerboarding?
No, not on the last one, but I'm
Was
sure
you
it's coming.
fingerboarding while you were talking?
Damn it, that's a missed opportunity. What if he did? He just came in, set his ramp down, and as he's talking to me, you can hear it on the mic just.
Bro.
He's wild.
Oh yeah, and then I'll come
Love
in and
Connor.
while we're on the podcast, I'll just start playing my guitar.
Oh my God. This is what's going on in the shop every day. This is what
This is
I
the
like,
kind of shit.
Bro, I will literally be
need
in the
to on
other room.
medication.
I'll be in the other room playing my guitar, not even very loud. And then she'll come in there and then she'll be like, I'm gonna need you to stop for a second.
Bro, there's music
need
going
you.
on. I'm tattooing. There's other people getting tattooed. I've got
My
Connor,
Dan
no,
Cubans in the
hold on.
back. Bang!
And then I've got Connor fingerboarding. I've got you with a guitar in the front of the
You guys
like,
go ham.
It's too crazy. Anyways.
Oh, by the
Anyways.
way,
What?
I have a question for you after this podcast.
Yeah, anything you have to say to me, you can say to my friends.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Don't do that. All right. Okay. Thank you guys. Good night.